Welcome to a Marathon Guide for Return on Investment. This will cover parts 1 to 5 and you can use the chapter markers below to jump to the right part. For part 1 you'll have to go to Dire Marsh, and in the Algae Ponds you'll need to climb one of the tallest buildings, drop down to the basement and scan 4 different containers. Beware that UESC ghosts will spawn, so maybe ask your team to be on you, or if you're solo, bring some explosives. Good idea to do this later in the raid, as you will need to exfil successfully. Speaking of explosives, for the second part you will need to find an explosive stash. There's 3 different locations you can do this on Dire Marsh. Here you can see the spot west of maintenance. Afterwards you need to deal damage to UESC or runners. You can just use a vandal or a destroyer shell to do that, or actually bring in some grenades. For part 3, we'll need to find a security code a little bit west of complex. It's in one of these buildings that is slightly outside the main complex area. Afterwards we'll head to the east part of complex. It's technically still part of the same building, and I was first running around the outskirts of the map, but you will trigger the commander spawn as soon as you approach this spot on the eastern side. You will need to defeat the commander and pick up the credentials. Lastly, you can intercept the comms at AI Uplink that was on the way to my extract. I don't quite know where the bioresearch spot is, but the AI Uplink one was very easy to find. For part 4, we'll need to hack a terminal in Quarantine, Canal or bioresearch. The quarantine spot is a little bit underground and accessible through this ladder. The little device next to the terminal will eject the financial records, and all you need to do is deliver them to a DCON. Survival is optional. Part 5 is slightly trickier than the previous 4. We will need to hack a supply container. And if we don't want to get the hacked status effect, we will actually need to disable a couple of these colorful boxes. Otherwise we'll have to walk through the lasers, and that's not good. As soon as you interact with the container, a bunch of enemies will spawn and the entire section will be locked off. So ask your team to be on you or help you from the outside. Technically the UESC spawn on the outside, so they can totally help you from there. After defeating all the UESC enemies, you can loot the quest item, which is a 2x2, and exfil safely. The last part of these contracts took me a few tries, but I had some really fun PvP along the way. In this encounter, for example, I could only really help out the team because I picked up a gun of some defeated runner that was in our position already, even though my teammates were quite competent and looked like they could have handled it on their own. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any additional tips or locations for the quest items, please let me know in the comments, and see you for the next one.
Filter engaged. Frag out. Something's out there. Careful.